Guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Thursday, just past midday afternoon. I hope the day's treating you well. I hope you've not been out in that rain because it's a little bit miserable. I think I'm a little bit damp. Stop it. So yeah, I hope the day's treating you well. Enjoy it. Obviously, only a few more days till the Premier League season has reached its finale. Obviously, Sunday will be that day. Obviously, had some games yesterday that impacted Spurs and the, I guess, top 5, 6, 7 race, you could probably call it. So we'll quickly talk about that. We're going to talk about the after effects and the fallout from the Ange Postecoglou comments from the post-match press conference. As well as, I think, it being somewhat clearer as to why he's unhappy. We do have also an update around kind of the attitude towards the summer. As well as that, just want to talk a little bit about the sort of the prize money and the earnings Spurs will get for the season, because it's kind of been leaked a little bit what clubs might be earning. So plenty to get into, plenty to talk about. Just want to say though, if you're new, give us a subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And yeah, let's sort of jump in. And I'm going to start with the fallout first. Okay, so Ange, after the game on Tuesday, was very unhappy with quite a few things. We went through a few of the things, you know, a fan somewhat berating and abusing Ange and the team, telling him to throw the game from right behind the bench, hearing that for 60, 70, 80, 90 minutes. Yeah, I probably would have snapped at some point. I probably would have given it a lot worse than Ange did as well. You know, obviously after the game, he's talking about the attitude within the club and, you know, inside and out. And I think a lot of fans went, he must be talking about us. He's talking about us. No, that's not fair, Ange. I've been a fan for so long. You know, he wasn't ironically talking about you. So, you know, head out your own backside. Nothing's always about you. So this came out. And it came from Jack Pitbook in The Athletic, and it was said it was clear from Ange Postecoglou's comments on Tuesday night that the previous 48 hours had been his most challenging spell at Spurs. He did not want to be drawn on specifics, but the head coach said that those 2 days had revealed a fair bit to him, and about the issues outside and inside the club. Almost all of this comes back to the theme of the last few days about whether Spurs would want to beat Manchester City on Tuesday if it meant Arsenal winning the league. Normally, Postecoglou is an expert at shutting out the external noise and focusing on his job, but this time the narrative became unavoidable, even inside the club. So, key thing here, listen to these next two bits. I know it's a long lot to listen to, but just bear with me. He said he made his views clear in Monday's press conference that he has no interest in bragging rights. After the game, he could not hide his frustration at the subdued atmosphere. He was even caught on camera angrily shouting at a fan behind the dugout whom he had heard using abusive language. Contrary to suggestions that the fan in question had told Postecoglou to throw the game, one witness told The Athletic the fan had asked Postecoglou why he had not shown the same animation earlier in the season rather than just against City. The fan was then ejected from the stadium. Most aggravating of all to Postecoglou was the sense that a few club staff, many of whom are Spurs fans, have been relaxed about losing because of the title context. While the majority of the club staff had been focusing on their work as normal, so they should, this is their job. Forget about being a fan, this is your job. The prospect of losing to City had been a theme of jokes among minority of staff for the last week. When one member of support staff joked that Spurs should play this youth team against City, the manager of furious. Tottenham deny this. Now, let's talk about that fan first. Okay, he wasn't telling, you know, us to throw the game. He was just being abusive. Well, he's an idiot then. You're supposed to be supporting the team, not throwing abuse at your own team and manager. Where he's not shown emotion or animation earlier in the season, I remember seeing in pre-season alone him absolutely crucifying the team for not passing forward. Hell, I only saw it about 2 weeks ago with Chelsea. Or is that so short-visioned and so revisionist hearing that you didn't think that was important? And right, the fan is a moron, and I'll put it like that. And if you don't think Ange has shown animation or he's not cared or anything like that, get your own head out of your own backside, because I can show you literal evidence that he has cared. He's literally shouted at players before. He's been angry. He's been giving it. So if you don't think he has, it's because you've chosen not to see that. You've chosen not to register that, and then you've chosen to go off of your own agenda. So put that in your bank and hold on to that one, all right? So, and then, talking about this supposed idea that, you know, some of his staff have told him to throw the game. I can see why the inside the club part, this kind of screams inside the club. The fact that, we've got his own. It may not be his own like coaching staff, but it could be like the cafeteria. It could be the cooks telling him. You'd be pretty damn annoyed, wouldn't you? You'd be looking at them going, sorry? Like, it's not banter, is it? Like, he's been getting drilled on this for days leading up to then you saying something like this. It's no longer banter. He's now annoyed by things. You've then decided to go, oh, I'm going to make this joke. It's not a joke. This is your job. Regardless if you're a Spurs fan or not, guess what? You being a Spurs fan doesn't pay the bills. You working for Spurs pay the bills. For you working for Spurs, you then buy into the manager's vision. You buy into whoever's vision. So, yeah, I can see why he's annoyed. And actually, I'm all for him being annoyed. Too bloody right. I did have it actually on my phone, so apologies. I'm not ignoring you, all right? I know you might think I am. My lovely eyes aren't looking at the camera. It came from Charles Eckershire again through The Athletic, who said that Ange Postecoglou wants to completely change the culture of the group at Tottenham, which includes both the staff and the players. And you know what? Give him a free rein to just get rid of players and bring in players that he wants. But not only that, give him the coaches that he wants. Get him an elite coach to work with him. Even if it's just the physios, the analysts, the scouts, the cooks, the cleaners, whatever. Get everyone buying into the same mentality, because that mentality will breed itself into then new signings coming in and then being swarmed by this mentality that they have no choice but to buy in as well. I love it. I absolutely love that. We at Spurs have not given certain managers a fighting chance. I don't think we gave Conte exactly what he needed. And we got him Clement Longley on loan. Poch. There were summers where we didn't even give him a single player. So we've not fully backed managers. And look what's happened. Back a manager for once. Give him a fighting chance. That's all I've ever asked for of managers. Conte, Nuno, Mourinho, Poch. AVB, you could say so, but then obviously we'd sold Bale, so you kind of, double-edged sword there. But back a manager. We never really even backed Harry Redknapp. So find the common denominator in this. Don't say, let's get rid of this manager or I'm turning on this manager, because that's not the answer. The answer lays way above him. And no, it's not my ceiling, all right? Anyway, it's really ranty the last couple of days. I'm really sorry if you're watching this, because this is not normally me, I know. I want to talk about this revenue, by the way, because this is bloody fascinating. And this is where I get to be a bit of a nerd. So I was looking at last season, and this is the Premier League prize money by position. We obviously finished 8th. We made 151.9 million. We'll call it 152. We made just a little bit more than 7th and 6th, okay? You'll see why in a minute. It's based on, obviously, the Premier League giving you money for where you finish in the league, which I'll tell you what we're expected to earn this season. Last season, all clubs earned 79.2 million each, no matter where they finished, so 1st or 20th. That was distributed out on both the UK and international revenue. Then there are facility fees ranging between 10.2 and 25.3 million based on stadium size and how many matches are shown on TV. So yes, the two teams above us at the time were Villa and Brighton. We're on TV more. We obviously have a bigger stadium, hence why we earn more. There's merit payments, which have been 2.2 million per position in 2022, 2023, and it went up to 3.1, which is, I believe, where Southampton were last season. It's where Sheffield United are this season. They'll earn only 3.1 million for that position. Obviously, they'll get facility fees. They get the distribution fees. So they still earn, 100 million or what have you. And then, the higher up you finish, the more money you make. So last season, Southampton made 103.6 million for finishing last. And Man City, who finished top, made 176.2 million. So 73 million between them, okay? Spurs this season, for finishing 5th, should earn 49.9 million. Call it 50 million for that. Basically, it's 3.1 million per drop. So if we drop, obviously it'll be 46.8, and if we finished in the 4th position, it would be 52.9. Now, if you're thinking of all those things, we'd earn more money this year going into next year. So money-wise, revenue's already going to go up because of that. Yes, maybe we don't have that European football side of things, so maybe we're not going to earn as much to that. Just checking my AirPods. Sorry. Going into next season, European football coming back, the money's just going to keep going up and up and up. So you're going to see Spurs earning more and more and more. So when we talk about transfers, I don't want to hear Daniel Levy going, we tried, but we had financial constraints. No, we didn't. No, we don't. The stadium pays for itself. We earn so much money from the Premier League. Harry Kane's financial fair play money would have hit, as well as Harry Winks. Don't forget that extra 10 million. He is homegrown. He is a academy trained player. So that's an extra 10 million complete profit. So 110 million in about that area is going to count towards us. So we're not going to have financial fair play issues at all. We're going to be one of the strongest in the world. We also didn't spend as much money as everyone thinks last summer. So this summer, yeah, we should be going out there and going, look, we're going to sell some Deadwood. We're going to sell Reguilon. We're going to sell Roden. Tanganga's obviously already agreed a deal. Maybe move for Troy Parrott, Pierre Højbjerg, Giovanni Celso, Emerson. But if we wanted to keep Richarlison, we shouldn't have any issues. Yes, if a good offer comes in, that's fine. But, we should have no issues because the money's going to be there to spend. And we should be able to spend 200 million this summer without any issues. Now, will we? Is a hell of a question to ask me. And I'm going to say no, but that's because of past history. We only spend that money if we sell loads of people. And by people, I mean key first team players. So this summer is a massive summer. This summer is a summer where you could leapfrog Villa. Liverpool may drop a little bit with Slot coming in instead of being Klopp. It feels like a not jazz hands before you say it. And I know who I know who's going to say it as well, Callum. But they could drop a little bit. There's no reason why Chelsea buying a striker, Chelsea don't take another leap next year. Man United, what happens? Do they keep Ten Hag? Do they get rid of some Deadwood? They've already moving off of Martial and Varane. Do they get rid of more? Like Casemiro, maybe? Maybe they don't keep Amrabat. They have a big summer. They're going to spend a couple $100 million this summer for sure. Pardon me. What happens to Villa? Villa are going to spend money. Newcastle going to spend money. Yes, they may not be in Europe, but they're going to spend money. So Spurs need to go and spend a couple $100 million this summer. Hell, even just to stay afloat with these teams. Yes, we've got great recruitment. Yes, we can find gems and things like that. But they always feel like they're a season away. He'll be here in a season. That guy will be here in like Destiny Udogie, Papa Matasai. I'll be here in a season. This summer, I don't mind a couple of signings like that. I really don't, because I think they're great signings. But this summer, we need 5 or 6 that are like, here to go. They're here. Great rotational pieces, great starters, whatever. We need that just as much as we need to think about the future, because the future is going to look bright. The academy's fantastic. Build them a gateway into the first team. Some will, some won't. But in terms of spending the summer, you're going to raise 80 to 120 million easily from sales. So already we should be spending 120 million there and then. Then on top of that, you should be at least 100 million of your own spend, because there is so much money. And I say at least, that is a conservative 100 million. We should be looking at a 250 million pound spend. I don't think we will. I think it'll be about 170. And that would be a failure. But we shall see. Anyway, guys, then the video, hope you enjoyed. Drop a like on the video. If you did, hit me in the comments section down below. Your thoughts and feelings about that Ange fallout. Your thoughts and feelings about the revenue that we will make and the summer that should lead from that. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, then the video. I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.